out your back before we start. And you can bring your hands into prayer position to help you shorten the lats if you struggle with transpose. Otherwise, just keep it normal. Keep the tummy in and stretch it out. And then bring it back onto your hands and knees. Okay, so we'll start TBA. We've done all of this before. We're just going to put it together. So navel to spine. I'm going to have to tuck in my shirt so that you can see. So navel to spine. So push away from your waistband. Tuck that bit of your tummy in. It's a very slight tuck, so don't overdo it. And just hold that. You're working against gravity, so it's a little bit more difficult to hold. Just hold that in. This is activation, so you need to really focus on that. Have your spine in neutral, so don't push it up into a cat. A neutral spine, TBA in, and just hold that in. Transverse abdominals. So you're working navel area, lower abdominals. Lower abdominals. It's not really lower abdominals, it's a different one. And then let it go, like chuck your tummy out as much as you can. Be fat tummy. Let it go. That's a natural arch in the back. That's a natural pelvic tilt. So you'll feel the difference. If you don't use that muscle, you do go into that pelvic tilt that causes your back to have excessive pressure on it if you're standing. Okay, now tuck it in again, navel to spine. Don't use the back muscle, so just navel to spine, small tuck in, tummy in. And then send out without dropping the gym glass on your back. Just send out your left leg in a straight line. And then flex that foot. Keep it straight, flex that foot. Use this hip that's on the floor as a foundation. So tuck that in, tuck that so that you don't dip to that side. And we're just putting the toe down to the floor and lifting it up. A little bit of glutes as well. So keep that bum squeezed in. Don't arch the back when you lift up the leg. Tummy in, keep the tummy in, don't forget about that, and bring it back to the middle. Let's quickly do the other side. So take that right leg out, lift it up, hip distance, then you can flex the foot if you haven't flexed it already. And make sure you're not dipping to the other side, and just up and down. Don't arch the back, keep the tummy in. It's a little bit more difficult to do because you've got a lot going on now. I mean, as soon as you let go of that tummy, your back arches. Squeeze the bum, small squeeze. And bring it back. Shrug your shoulders, so roll into your shoulders, dip your scapula so that it touches at the back, and then push away, and dip in again as much as you can, and push away. Tummy in, dip, and push. Okay, we're going to lift up, we're going to tuck the toes under, navel to spine again, back straight, and you're just going to lift up the knees. You're going to hold it there for 3 breaths. And just put it down, keep your toes tucked under. And then again, dip into your shoulders and push away. Shoulders and push away. And again. Back to the top, navel to spine. So push your tummy away from your waistband, lift up the knees, don't drop your chin. Hold, navel to spine. And put it down. Dip your shoulders. Push it back up. Dip your shoulders in. Push it back up. One more time. Push it back up, navel to spine, and lift up the knees. And down. Child's pose, just to rest out your wrists if that is getting a bit tired, and your shoulders. And so for the rest of the day, you will be focusing a lot on your navel to spine. And then back to the top. Okay, so we're just going to do that very slow bear crawl where we're not going to dip the gin glass on your back. So tuck your toes under, push away from your shoulders, navel to spine, lift up your knees, and just go forward with one hand without dropping your gin. Then the foot, then the other hand, then the other foot. Hold. Now take it back without dropping your gin. I dropped mine. And to the floor. Child's pose. Shake out your wrists. TBA. Okay. Let's go again. Onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. So first we're going to stick the left leg out to the back. Give it 3 dips up and down. Navel to spine, don't arch the back. And bring it back. Push away from your shoulders, tubbing in. Take the other leg out, flex the foot, take it up and down, squeeze the bum. And bring it back, tuck the toes under. Dip into your shoulders, push away. Then lift your knees up, hold for 3, 2, 1. Bear crawl, drop the chin, Didi. To the front, hold for 3, 2, 1. Back, drop the chin, Didi. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Knees to the floor, shake out. I find that quite tough.
The bear crawl.
Yes. Okay. So slide onto your tummies, whichever way you want to. And then just relax. We're going to bring one foot up first. And just lift that knee up a little bit. Just wake up the glute. So squeeze that glute with the foot flexed. Now don't arch your back too much because you're going to put too much pressure on your back. So really tuck in your tummy like you have a tummy cramp, just to keep that tummy slightly rounded, and take that knee down. Grab that foot or the ankle, pull that knee in, foot into your bum. Again, don't arch your back too much, so keep that TBI active throughout. And try and lift up that knee, give it a bit of a stretch. Some people will find this impossible because their hip doesn't have that articulation in their joint. So you're just lifting up the knee, bring the foot to you. And bring it down. Other side. So lift that foot up to the ceiling. Lift up that knee and just hold that. Just off the mat, not a big move. Squeeze your bum in, wake it up. Tummy tucked in so that you don't arch your back too much. Then take it down, grab that foot, give it a normal stretch first. And then lift up that knee, kind of push your foot into your hand, lift up that knee a little bit for that extension. And put it down. Feet to the floor. Tuck your toes under, straighten out your legs as much as possible. Tuck your bum in, tuck your tummy in, and you're just going to lift up one foot with everything still tucked in. Hold it there for 2, slowly down, other side. Lift it up, hold it there for 2. Tuck your bum in, tuck your tailbone in, take it down. Other side. Keep the foot flexed. Other side. Now imagine someone's pushing your leg down, the one that's lifted. So imagine you've got someone who's trying to push that down. So really squeeze that bum in. Keep your tummy tucked in. And imagine, switch sides. Let someone lift. Really lift your leg. Let someone is doing this. And should not be able to push you down to the floor. So just keep doing that, alternate the legs, keep the navel in, keep the navel to spine. So make sure you can put your arms there to kind of get that tummy cramp feeling. Straighten out the legs and just alternate your legs. Hold it up for 2. Take it down. Hold it up for 2. Imagine someone's pushing on that leg the whole time so that you know that you have to activate the glutes. Switch. Don't arch the back. And back to the middle. Okay, we'll quickly roll onto our sides just to continue this. So roll on. I know it's tedious, I know, but we have to activate them. Lie on top of your arms, tuck your tailbone in, bring your legs 40-40, feet on top of each other, and just lift that top leg up and down. I struggle with this articulation. I do struggle to lift that knee up. I think I do have a little bit of a thing in my joints sticking me, keeping me stuck in. But just lift it up and down. Now keep your tummy tucked in, so don't arch your back to get a bigger lift. Don't roll back to get a bigger lift out of that leg. Keep everything nice and straight so that just the glute med is working. And again, we're just activating with bands. It's easy, it's tougher, more effective, but this is equally as effective without bands as well. So think strengthening up the muscle that stabilizes your hips when you're standing on one leg. You're just activating that. So you're not working it to a pulp. That's not the point of activation. The point of activation is to get all the synergists out. So you're tucking your tailbone in, you're tucking your tummy in, and just grabbing that muscle. You should feel that working just there and just waking it up. That's all we're doing today. We're just waking it up. Just to tell it it's there and it needs to work a little bit harder. And down. And the nice thing about activation, you don't have to do loads. Then straighten out that leg. Push it just a little bit back. And again. Now imagine you've got a wall behind you and you're just sliding up and down that wall. The navel is in again. Just keep doing that. Up and down. We will be doing like a really big glute class again. So which will have these in as well, maybe with bands, but we won't do that today. We're just going to activate. I'm tempted though. So squeeze it back. You should feel it in your leg now. Do you feel it, Louis?
Yeah.
Nice and straight with everything. Wake it up. Don't come forward because then you're using a different adductor, a deductor. Keep it back behind you. Keep the tummy in. And squeeze as you do that. Let that big king of a muscle work. And bring it back. Swish yourself around onto the other side. Lie flat on your arm. Tailbone tucked in. And we'll do that again. So feet on top of each other. And you're just lifting up the top leg. Ooh, we've got more articulation in this leg. Just up and down. Shouldn't feel much. You should just feel the glute med. If you have knock knees, knees bow in, if you've got that internal rotation of your Keep. Then usually your TFL is more active and your glute medius is lazy, and your glute med is an external rotator. So if you wake that one up and kind of let the TVA sleep, your knees will start to straighten out a little bit. There's other muscles involved as well, but that's one of the muscles that will cause your knees to go in. I know some of you have that and have knee issues because of that. So that's just a little tick again for you to note. So even though this is tedious, it is there is method in the madness, as they say. Keep the tailbone tucked in as you do this. Don't let it go. And you should start to feel it tingling a little bit up there, hopefully. And back down. Straighten out that leg. Shove it just a little bit back. Keep that navel to spine. You don't have to obviously go crazy back, just a little bit back behind your midline and up and down. And let that glute squeeze as you do that. You should feel that squeeze as you do that. Tummy in. Keep that line. Focus a lot on that line. How's your leg, Lulu?
I can feel it.
Good. Squeeze your bottom. And one more. Bring it back. Yay, we're done with that. Roll onto your tummies. And push into a cat stretch. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Keep the navel to spine and just get that stretch in. Well needed stretch. One side first, then the other side. So take your time. Someone has awoken. Who is it? One of us. And then walk it out to the front of the mat. Keep your legs bent. And roll it up all the way to the top. And the next thing we're going to do is ankles. Ankles. If you just move this a little bit. Ankles. Okay. And then we're actually done. So ankle-wise, we're also going to do a little bit of calves, which we don't have bands for, but we're going to do it without bands. First of all, we have to unstabilize our surface. So just roll up your mat so that you have a little bit of just half of the mat's fine, a little bit of an unstable surface to stand on. Once you're on your side, unstable surface, I'll show you from the front first. Turn your feet in so that your little toes looks towards the front. So do that first. Then keep your legs strong, tuck your bum in. I'm going to do it from the side now. So feet turned in and pelvis pushed forward, knees go down. And just go up and down like a calf. And on an unstable surface, now you wouldn't think that this is unstable. You have to stand on your unstable surface. But it does make a massive difference. You don't want it more unstable than this because there's risk of injury. So this is enough. Balance-wise. Why what? Why unstable? Because it activates the prime mover better if you're on an unstable surface. You don't have to be. So if you feel like you're falling, you can just go onto your mat. So just up and down. So let me show you the difference. If you're on a stable surface, that's a lot easier to do. So just up and down with your knees going in, push it up as far as you can. And you also need to do this slowly. So it's up and slowly down. Up, slowly down. Up, slowly down. And just get. Now you can add a little bit if you still don't feel it in a specific place in your calf. You can lift up your toes and do that, which makes it a lot more difficult. If you have a wall, hold on to it because you don't have to work that much on the stability. The wall, the mat will do it. Just go slowly up and slowly down. Until you start to feel it, it's in the middle, it's quite deep within your calves. You should start to feel it. Do you feel it?
I do.
That's
feel in my
posterior tibialis activation. Maybe you feel it as well?
Yeah.
Really?
But before this movement.
You can turn your feet in a little bit more if you can.
I tried.
There we go. That starts, it should start to, you should start. I'm going fast because every time I look around, I want to fall. I'm clicking a lot. And down. So this is one you can try. You don't have to have an unstable surface. You can hold on to the wall and just go up and down. Make sure you get that action in. Unstable surface just adds to the prime mover moving. Okay. So we're going to do quickly ankles. Just normal surface first. You're going to lift up one leg just a little bit. It doesn't matter how high. Make sure your balance on the other one, tuck in your tailbone, keep that back straight, keep everything nicely tucked in. And all you're going to do is you're going to pivot forward. You can keep that lifted leg bent and pivot to the front, lifting up that knee as high as you can. And pivot back and pivot forward. And back. And forward. And you should feel that in your ankle that is standing. Now we're not going to do loads because we're going to add the unstable surface soon. Come back to the top. Keep that leg lifted. And all you're going to do is you're going to take the opposite hand and you're going to touch either your shin. Sorry, opposite hand. Same hand as the leg. I'm so sorry. It's not opposite hand. Come back, come back. Same arm. Touch the opposite. There's the opposite. Shin, foot, or anywhere on that side of the leg. Opposite side of the leg. Go down again. That's quite tough, isn't it? And one more time. And you should kind of feel that in the standing ankle. Keep that leg lifted. Send that lifted leg forward and back. To the side and back, 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 and kick out. Did you feel it that bad as well?
I feel it, yeah, definitely.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I've got very strong ankles, to be honest. Ankle, because I find that quite tough. Okay, roll up your mat. So that you have an unstable surface again, and that rolled up mat is enough. Stand on your unstable surface. Oh, that's not rightly rolled up. Okay, stand on your unstable surface with the same ankle. So this is going to be very painful. Same ankle, lift up the same foot that you've just lifted. Do it on your unstable surface.
I'm sorry.
It really doesn't listen to me. And then we're going to go back again, like we did in the beginning, and bring it up, lift up that knee. Is it just me? Or is that ankle in a lot of pain?
No, it's some pain.
And bring it back.
It's more difficult when you're unstable.
It is more difficult, and it's not even that unstable. So a rolled up mat is unstable enough. And bring it to the front. Same arm lifted and touch the opposite ankle, foot, or knee without falling. Bring it back. Oh, now, go again. It's cramping. Bring it back. And stay up. Keep that leg forward. So extend it. Bring it back. Adduct to the side. Bring it back. Keep it back. Move it forward. And you're done on that ankle. Whoa! Are you okay?
Mine was cramping as well.
It's cramping. That unstable surface is horrible. Okay, we're going to do it on the stable surface first. So just behind your rolled up mat. Lift up the other leg. And you're just pivoting back. So your torso is pivoting forward, your legs going back. You can stay bent and bring it forward, lift it up as high as you can. And again, this is my sore ankle, that's going to be interesting. And again, one more time. And put it back. Again. Bring it back to the middle. Okay. Same arm lifted. And you're just going to pivot back, keep that leg lifted, touch wherever you can reach on the opposite leg. You can bend the knee and bring it back to the top. And again. And lift it up one more time. And okay, find your balance. All you're doing is you're extending that leg forward. Bring it back, abduct to the side. Bring it back, kick it back, focus circle behind me. And put your foot down, shake it out because we're going unstable soon. So give it a twirl. Woo. And then last ankles, and then we're done with activation of certain muscle groups for the day. So go onto your unstable surface, lift up the same leg, so the same ankle is working. Woo. And we're pivoting back with the foot, forward with the torso, find your more balance, and bring it up, lift up that knee. How tough is that? Balance, stabilization. It is just, and bring it forward. We're just doing two. Keep that leg lifted, opposite arm, crossing over, trying to reach wherever on the standing leg. Lift it up. This is my bad ankle, so I can feel I'm wobbly a crazy amount. And I can't even get to my shins. I can only get to my knees and back up. Keep that leg lifted. Extend it forward. Bring it back. Straighten it out. Abduct it to the side. Adduct. And back. Collapse. I can't anymore. And shake it out. Okay. On your unstable surface, we're going to finish like that. Tuck your tailbone in, take a nice deep breath in. Go into a chair pose. Knees forward, feet forward. We're going to sweep the floor round at the back. Stay down. Stretch out your back. Hold that. You can straighten out your legs a little bit. And then bring it back into chair. Arms next to your ears. Thumb pushed back. Sweep the floor again. Hold it down. Enjoy that stretch. Torso over your legs. So drop it down. Lift it back up again. Into chair, arms next to your ears. Tailbone tucked in a little bit, not a lot. TBA in, thumb pushed back, straighten out. And you are done for today. Enjoy the activated muscles.